Hi guys, so I really want to talk to you about air drying. So if you're anything like me, using a blow dryer is just not something that you do on a daily basis. I have particularly fragile hair, so I try and baby it as much as possible, and I typically don't use any sort of heat, blow dryers, iron work, anything like that. I have a haircut that allows for me to have a natural texture to my hair, which I love, but I also run into that challenge of finding the perfect product for air drying. So what I typically do is when my hair is damp, or even on second or third day when I want to refresh it, I can wet it down. So that's what I'm going to do today. Just going to dampen up the hair. I like using spray bottles that have more of a mist than an actual stream, just because I feel like it covers more and doesn't leave the rest of me soaking wet. And I'll just give a nice little comb through with my wet brush just to make it all nice and damp. And then if I feel any dry spots, I'll just go back in. My hair hates being wet, so it loves to dry quickly. But you'll also see some of my natural texture starting to come in, which is lovely when it's damp, but as soon as it dries, it can get pretty frizzy. So finding the right product to kind of keep that texture alive is something that I had struggled with for a long time. So my go-to is the Kenra Platinum air dry cream. I love it because it gives me a really flexible hold. It doesn't feel like there's product in my hair, so it doesn't have that crunchy or sticky feeling. It actually speeds up air drying time, which is really great since we're not using a blow dryer. Sometimes the hair can take a lot longer to dry. So this is just a really great tool, and it smells really good. So I'll use just a tiny amount. I'm a big believer that a little goes a long way. You can always layer on more, but you never want to be stuck with too much product. So I take it, emulsify it in your hands, really spread it around. And then before I put anything on the hair, I tend to do this little trick where I turn my hand sideways and you pull. What this does is it concentrates it on your fingertips, because that's where you're going to be pulling the product through. So I start my mid shaft, work my way down, and then work my way up. So down and then up, down and then up. And if you feel like you're running out of product, that's why you have your backups here. Pull again, down and up, down and up. If you still feel a little sticky on your hands, that means you still have product, which is great, because then I like to, on the ends only, go through and twist down. What this does is it just pieces out your hair, especially if you have a shag like I do. You really like to have that kind of piecey look. When it all just kind of blends together, it can tend to not really give you the effect that you're looking for. And I like to fluff it a little bit too. Then to make sure that you've evenly dispersed it, take your brush or a wide tooth comb and just run it through your hair. What this does is it just moves that product around just so that there's no clumps or anything, and all the product is nice and even. Then my hair soaks up product. So then you want to take just a little bit more. I literally just put the tiniest bit on my finger. Just mix it on your fingertips and your thumbs. And then I scrunch and twist. So scrunch and twist and fluff, scrunch and twist and fluff, For me, the more uniform it is, the less I like it. I like it to be a bit more chaotic. I might take some pieces and twirl them with product, especially around my face. Just want to get all those little pieces just kind of flipped out. Nothing, no piece doing the same thing. And shake it. Plus, shaking your hair always makes you kind of feel like a movie star. And my hair is literally already starting to dry. That's how quick it was, especially on second day hair when you're starting on dry hair. It just makes it nice and refreshed. And then if you've got bangs, I love using the little bit of remainder on my fingers to just really piece out those bangs so that you look nice and effortless. So if you wanted something a little extra, you could use a little spray. I love using the dry texture spray if I want a little bit more volume, or the voluminous touch memory spray as well. But typically, this is exactly how I would go out. I would go about my day just with this nice, soft, really easygoing hair. So I hope that helps.